Hey, beautiful beings. I hope you're doing really well. I just wanted to tell you about a free event that we've got coming up to help us balance the craziness that's going on in the world. So it's called Harmony Within, Balancing Your Divine Energies for Ultimate Empowerment. And so at the highest level, we are beyond gender because we have this unity consciousness, but there's still this dynamic interplay between yin and yang energies, so that divine masculine and divine feminine. And if we look at this on the world stage, we can see yang manifesting as all these fires, riots, and this sense of busyness, busy, 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 go, go, go. And then on the yin side, so yin is female, cooling, slowing down, calm energy, and yang is sun, fire, masculine energy. So on the yin side, there's we've got the opposite of the fires, we've got the floods, and there's also this sense of being passive and not taking action, and this general lack of loving, nurturing energy in the world. And that's on the microcosm. And then if we look on the macrocosm, if we look in the microcosm of what's going on within us, so when yang is that fire energy is unbalanced in us, there's this sense of burning down our house. So most, I think the 6 leading causes of death in America are caused by inflammation. And so it's essential that we have some heat in the body because we are able to process life and metabolize things that are happening. But when it's unhealthy, people with a pitta or fire imbalance, there's this negative energy. I don't like to say negative, but very judgmental energy. And just how fire is, it's this hot, sharp, stabbing thoughts that are very critical. So if this element is unbalanced in you, it's really difficult to be kind and loving to yourself. And then on the yin side, there can be this sense of feeling really, really heavy, of not taking action, and of not nurturing ourselves. And because it's also related to the fluids in the body, sometimes, especially with, say, menopause, it can seem like you've got a fire imbalance, but because there's no fluids, we call it empty heat, there's nothing to calm the flames down. So things like sweating at night and getting really angry, being frustrated, red flushes, things like that. And then on the physical side, I mean, some of the diseases cross over into both things, but things like asthma, food allergies, eczema, tinnitus, feeling dizzy, PMT, gout is all caused by this yin and yang being out of balance. And then emotionally, we have the anger and the lack of confidence, anxiety, PTSD, OCD, ADHD, and then bringing that down into life patterns. How does that play out in people's lives? So that sense of being tired of having goals but not being able to take action, of feeling stagnant in your career, of being in a career or a relationship that's not serving you, of having financial blocks. So some people are earning a lot of money but still don't ever seem to have anything spare. So there's still this scarcity mindset playing out, and of course overwhelm and stress. So we are meeting this Thursday at 6:15 p.m. UK time. If you miss it, there might be a replay. We're going to use some music, so I'm not sure. But how are we going to address those? So we're going to do some spiritual reparenting. Now, at the highest level, when we are able to free ourselves from others' expectations. So we need people to be a certain way, to be happy, to not be stressed. When we let go of that, there's this deep sense of freedom and liberation, and it can be quite scary to begin with, but you'll find that once you start coming into this state of being, that everyone is much nicer, much kinder, don't take advantage of you. Now, for many of us, we had parents that loved us, and there's still these negative imprints that show up as limiting beliefs and all these things that are held in the subconscious mind and the body, where the mind thinks that it's protecting us. So we're using the pain of the past and trauma to keep us safe, rather than expanding out and allowing our higher self and our highest vibration and love to empower us and keep us safe. And so most minds will choose misery over uncertainty. So even if we are sick and depressed and tired and anxious, the mind will want to take the path of least resistance. And so it will stay where it's safe and where it's familiar, rather than going into the unknown, where we're actually going to be much, much happier. So we're going to be clearing some of those old patterns so that we can release these old expectations. It's a really beautiful experience as well. I had a little bit of a cry the first time I did it, which was lovely. And then we're going to be doing 2 meditations. One is for healing ancestral karma, and that really helps us. It has the energy, this mantra that we're going to be using, the energy of miracles and manifestation, and really helps us sink into our awakened, boundless heart. So if we tune into our human heart and think of all the suffering that's going on in the world, it's overwhelming, or maybe even in our own lives, and we can't cope. But when we bring our ego mind down into our heart center, this awakened, boundless heart, we are able to experience everything as love. And there's this deep inner wisdom and this feeling of being safe and that all is well. The other meditation that we're going to do is using the Mu mantra, but playing it through the male and female aspects again. And this one, they say, is a fate or karma killer, so you can really upgrade your destiny with this one. One lady that did it, she had been asking for years for a pay rise, and she couldn't get one because she was stuck in this, poor me, I'm being taken advantage of. And so this inner vibration plays out into our external world. And she started doing this meditation, and she got a 30% pay rise without even asking for it, which was amazing. And I also use it in healing sessions with people. And the second time I used it, I was working on a lady, and we cleared some with sound, with the gong. And there was this kind of stopping point where it's like there was some energy around the left kidney area, which is fear and anxiety. And it was like, no, this doesn't want to be released today, so we have to leave it. But then my intuition said, chant the Mu mantra, and I started chanting it, and the energy just disappeared. And when we finished, she got up and she's like, oh my God, I can move. She's like, I didn't even tell you that was hurting. But the Mu mantra is very good as well for helping you to tune into your intuition. And she said that it was, she'd been having needles, and she said that that was even more powerful than the needles for shifting it. Also very good for clearing up father and mother issues, and ones that we're not even aware that we have, so that we can really meet people on a higher vibration if we're having toxic relationships, and also not have the ghosts of the past keep playing out and interfering with things. And the last thing that we're going to be doing is guided self-inquiry. And I don't know if you're familiar with one of the masters of this, Ramana Maharishi, and he asked himself the question, who am I? When he was either 16 or 18, and he kept on going and kept on going until he became enlightened. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that's not normal, so don't come expecting to be enlightened in an hour and a half session. But it really helps us to gain insights into how the feminine and the masculine energy might be limiting us in certain aspects of our life. And so this, if you're not familiar with self-inquiry, so we've got some of this might be completely new. If it is, don't worry. The first year I saw my teacher, I had no idea what he was talking about because it was kind of in a different language. We're going to use more grounded language though, because we've got lots of beginners coming on this one. But it's, so we've got our eternal self or our higher self, our infinite self. And then we've got the self that seems real, but it's really just these temporary thoughts and feelings and emotions. So the pain of the past that keeps on showing up and interfering with us uncovering our unlimited potential. So all of that is going to help you to come into a deeper space of joy and love and abundance. And I'm going to put the comments to join. It's going to be on Zoom. I'm going to put the link in the comments below. If you've got any questions, feel free to email me. Otherwise, I look forward to connecting with you soon. Sending you lots of love. Sat Nam.